safety. Today our shift really focuses to assessing the full damage, looking at the impact that has happened to this community. We've got teams that are going out and conducting damage assessments today, and those may continue tomorrow. We've done some overview flights in order to try to get a full understanding of the movement of the water and what both public infrastructure and individual homes have been impacted. We're trying to keep a focus on both repairs that the county can make, things like road repairs. Our road crews have been active out this all morning, really focusing on main access points and creating access back into residences so that those damage assessment crews can get in there. Additionally, we have been coordinating teams that will go house to house, home to home, and speak with the residents. This is going to give us that full big picture of what the incident, the effect of the incident, the effect of the incident there, and what the homeowners here need, what the residents need from us. We're developing a full resource list and with help from our community organization, Active in Disaster. We call it the Southern New Mexico COAD. They are activating in order to provide those direct resources to residents. As that develops, more information will be provided out to the residents. But again, talking with them, seeing what the need is, and being able to provide that need to the fullest extent possible. Our COAD group is receiving calls through 211. We encourage anyone who's been impacted to, if they've got questions or concerns, any of those questions or information can be gathered by dialing 211, and the United Way, who is staffing that phone line, will activate and be able to answer as many questions as possible, or take messages and get answers back to residents. That the information and calls that are coming in there are really helping us to guide the resources that we're building in order to help the community recover. Additionally, we're doing an online damage assessment for anybody who doesn't need direct questions answered, but is capable and able to go online and complete a damage assessment. That will be linked, our socials and the OEM webpage, which can be provided out. If you look at our public safety socials, that'll be linked there as well. And individuals can go on to the damage assessment page, fill out a few brief pieces of information, and submit photos. Again, this helps us develop that further bigger picture. Some other things, I talked about the road department prioritizing our main access points in order to get access back in. We've also established an evacuation center. This was open last night. The purpose here of the evacuation center is to help anybody in need. Again, connect with those resources. Some things people can expect here today are going to be, they can pick up sandbags, they can collect muck kits from the Red Cross, and then develop that resource list of what their true need is, whether it's feeding or something beyond. We know that there was some power outages yesterday, so we understand that those are being resolved today in coordination with El Paso Electric. Nearly everybody had been resolved this morning. So if there's lasting utility impacts, we're trying to work through those and really make sure that we address getting the community back on their feet as quickly as possible. We will be holding, our Board of County Commissioners is always looking towards our residents, wanting to make sure that they address as many of the needs as possible. As such, they will be holding a emergency meeting tomorrow to discuss potential disaster declarations. So this will be forthcoming. The link should be provided out, and we'll provide notice out to through all of the regular channels of the meeting there. Again, we really encourage anybody to check back on our web pages and our socials. That's going to be providing the most updated information. The messaging with 211 will continue to go out and be updated as we receive more updated information. So we'd like you to remember this is an evolving situation here. We're still really trying to get our hands around exactly what is happening and how we best help so that we don't make things worse in the process. It's very fluid, and so as we gather information and our teams have more information to roll with, we'll provide that out to our fullest extent.
And then up next, we'll have a quick statement from Gloria Gameros. She is the commissioner that is in charge of this district. So we'll go ahead and introduce Miss Gloria, and she'll say her and spell her first and last name as well.
My first and last name?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Gloria Gameros. My name is... Can I start over, you guys? Sorry. Off the record, I'm not good at this, okay? So bear with me, please. Okay. So I'm Gloria Gameros. My name is Gloria Gameros, and I am the District number 2 County Commissioner. I just want to say that I'm sorry for the tragedy that's happened here with the flooding, those that have been affected. I just want to let everybody know that we are here as a county to support you and to help you out in any way we can. Please reach out and let us know if you need help. We are here for you. That's it. Thank you.
And then we also have just a couple words from our county manager, Scott Andrews.
Hello everyone, Scott Andrews, County Manager. Again, want to echo the sentiments of Commissioner Gameros. We have been on site here early this morning. Gameros and I have gone out in the community and explored everything. We're horrified by the damage that has been caused. Community, we hear you, we see you, we feel your pain while we've driven around. I'm really grateful for our community partners working through the night. DOT did a great job clearing a lot of the roads. Community partners, and I'm really proud of our service by our fire department as well as our Office of Emergency Management. So please, everyone, stay in the loop with us. We'll make sure to keep you informed. Check our social media platforms, and we'll be sharing the latest updates as we get them. Again, the board will be meeting tomorrow evening at 4 p.m. I expect we'll have more concrete answers with everyone, and we'll be in touch. And this situation is fluid and ongoing, and really grateful for everyone's communication. Thank you so much.
And then we'll take just a couple of questions if you have any, and if you do have any, just let us know what agency you're from and your name.
Hey, Algernon from the Albuquerque Journal. Just lots of questions about the state of utilities and especially sewer and drainage. I'm wondering if there's any new information available about where things stand with that utility.
Again, ongoing assessments. We're hearing varying pieces of information about exposed piping and things like that. So our utility crews have been out since last night really doing a full evaluation. At this time, they've not expressed any significant impacts that they've seen. I know that their lift stations are working overtime. They did take on a significant amount of that flood water, and we're pumping it out. And so we would expect some minor effects to them, but I'm not knowledgeable of any major impacts, particularly to wastewater. As far as other utilities are concerned, I mentioned electricity. That seems to be in the resolve phase. This morning, as of about 9 o'clock, only about 50 residents were impacted by a power outage, and El Paso Electric was only limited by their access to get to their infrastructure. I believe they were working with our road crew to clear that roadway and using some ATVs in order to access the site. They were working very hard to get to that. And Lower Rio Grande Water District has been in communication with our teams, our utility teams particularly, and they've been out conducting assessments and repairs as well. So we may not understand the full effect at this time and exactly if there is a particular break or something that we're unaware of, but our teams are diligently working to try to assess that. And any resident who expresses a concern or tells us that they have exposed piping or something in their yard, our teams are responding out pretty quickly.
Kevin Palomino from Telemundo. A lot of the residents are expressing concerns or need help getting that water out of their homes. Is that something the county is going to be helping? Some of them are spending $300 on water pumps.
So our Flood Commission and Elephant Butte Irrigation District were talking at 4 o'clock this morning about particularly that kind of an issue. We have trouble with pooling in this area because it's sort of a bowl in certain parts of the community. They know that there are challenges. this is a non-typical rain event. No infrastructure changes could have really made any difference in the amount of rain that fell and the way that that was moving out. Like I said, Elephant View Irrigation District and our Flood Commission are subject matter experts with that. They were advising our crews all night last night on areas of concern and some potential mitigation actions. They're really working right now in order to implement those actions. I can't speak to exactly what those are at this time, but they're in the field trying to implement those.
All right, Andrew Bolk with KVIA. Do you have an exact number at this point of how many water rescues there were overnight, or how many people had to be pulled out of their homes?
No, sir, we don't have an exact number at this time.
So then with the flooding and the way it's going on, a lot of people are asking for help in terms of the removal of water and what can happen with that. What can be done? What is the county exploring or prepared to do?
So there's a drain that is... There is a drain that is taking floodwaters out. That was at its max capacity yesterday, and that feeds into the river. So every bit of water that was coming in was flowing out last night, plus more flowing in after that. And so as the day continues, we expect that to resolve in most of the low-lying areas that still have water impacts. But as the watershed still sends water down this way, there will be probably a couple days of impact. Again, still just assessing where that is exactly and what we can do to help.
Jay?
How you doing? K-Fox. So we're getting some residents from we don't know if it's Mosquito Court or Mesquite Court. They're talking about livestock contamination with the overflow. Do you have any comments on that?
We would encourage them to connect with us either through 211 or our online damage assessment tool. That's the best way for them to share with us the impacts they're seeing and get resources. So we have a number of residents who are expressing concerns of various types. Again, just trying to get our crews to get to each one of them and assess their individual needs.
Hi, yes, Johnny with Telemundo. Quick question. We had spoken to a couple of residents down in this area, the flooded area right here, and they were mentioning how a lot of the debris from the ditches caused a lot of blockage and in turn caused a lot of the flooding. Is there any response to that, or what is the city prepared to do to mitigate that issue from happening again?
So first of all, this is an unincorporated community, and so they have infrastructure here that is county infrastructure and is Elephant View Irrigation District infrastructure. That ability to move the water is being moved by many different structures and done in a very coordinated fashion. And so the ability to rectify some of these issues is going to be just as complex as it was getting into the community. As I said, the the drain there really was at capacity last night. There were no indications last night. Crews were out all night long checking the drain itself, maintaining the flow. They were doing lots of debris removal, and those are expected in a flood event such as this. Everything that is coming from the upper watershed comes down and then begins to clog drains, and so they've been doing those removals all last night and this morning.
Perfect. Just a couple more, guys.
I can answer maybe
Yes, sir.
something that was. Some of the earlier questions involved people buying things on their own to pump or remove water from their premises. One of the things we'll be discussing tomorrow, again, I don't want to speak for the board, but I've discussed with at least 3 board members some sort of displacement fee, something that we can, for those that are spending money out of pocket and are dealing with these horrible environments. So we are looking at all things there, and that wouldn't just be for landlords, it'd be potentially for renters too. We know that's an emphasis in the community. So we want to empathize with everyone and know this is unusual circumstances, and we're hearing all your concerns out and trying to work through this.
One last time.
Is the county expected to request any funds to help with recovery?
Currently, through our initial estimates, we won't meet the state of emergency limits, which are roughly around $1 million. We may get close to that. So, but we have spoken to our national delegation. Our lobbyists are involved. The folks at the nation's capital are aware of what's going on there as well. I don't want to say that those funds will be coming in, but we're exploring all avenues so that we can improve the quality of life quickly for our community.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.